in the ensemble, we all need a friend like Michael, who will tell
Mm.
us what we need to hear in the moment. We saw it in the introductory clip. There's only one Jonathan Larson at a moment when he was ready to throw in the towel and head in another direction. We all need that person in our life. Lynn, because this is film, um, the stage is, it seems where you are, I don't want to say most comfortable, but where, you know, we've gotten to know your work through stage, now increasingly through film, with Mary Poppins and Encanto. Those of us who were singing it all day long, along with the soundtrack. So big ups on that. But what elements of stage directing did you employ in making this film?
Oh, that's such an interesting question and a great question. I think for me, I knew I needed theater actors to populate this film. From number one on the call sheet, Andrew Garfield, who I fell in love with watching him in Angels in America at the National Theater. He is a stage creature. We know him as a movie star. He's a movie star who can do an 8-hour Tony Kushner play and never miss a performance. To Robin, and so I what I love about working with folks who came up in theater is there's a real discipline there, and there's also a real sense of joy and collaboration, because the difference between theater acting and film acting is the director leaves at a certain point
Mhm.
in theater, and it's up to the actors to keep the show going, to continue to find those moments on stage. And so to have basically an entire movie populated with theater artists was incredible, because there was a real sense of collaboration. I think the biggest thing I brought was rehearsal, and I also
Mhm.
learned that from working with Rob Marshall on Mary Poppins. He was a Broadway director and choreographer who transitioned to film, and you rehearse for 3 months before any camera is rolling on you. And I couldn't afford to rehearse for 3 months, but we rehearsed as much as we could, so that not only the dance sequences, but really just sort of continuing to workshop the show. We did readings around a table for a year before we started pre-production. And again, that was my way of kicking the tires of it as an evening. And that's what I know how to do best.